We have a banjo here that we're going to carve, and the first thing that you need, it will be a design, a pencil, a few small burls, very tiny little burls, so you can carve a small, very deep, small sections, and a set of chisels, and this punch to make the punches are used to give some different texture. Then you have here two Dremel tools that you are going to use for high speed carving with very deep and very little, very narrow carving, just to draw along the carvings. After you pass this design onto the paper, onto the wood, you are going to carve. I already begin carving the other side. So this will be the first step of carving when you use these chisels to basically go along the edges over here and go all the surrounding. All the rest is done with chisels. Dremel all the way around, like with this kind of tool. Stay in a low speed so you can touch just the little air that you want to remove. That way you can smooth all the little edges around it before you get to work with the chisel. See, what I'm doing here is cleaning up all the area. This little Dremel is like 1/16 thick. This little bit over here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's very tiny. So once you have carved all the way around, then you go back with the chisel and make it look like you did it by hand. And you're going to go and chisel all the way around. This is what.
Instead, through November, the lenders made offers to a measly 4.3% of eligible homeowners. That's just over 31,000 people. Some in Congress say it's time to put the screws to the banks.
We forced the lion to lie with the lamb, but if you look closely, when the lion gets up, the lamb is missing. And we're saying, here, kitty, kitty.
The administration insists it's angry too. Herb Allison is a top Treasury Department official.
We were going to move to the point where we're disciplining the banks. if they don't perform better than they are today.
The banks, which receive bailout money, insist they're doing what they can to keep up with overwhelming demand.
Our goal is to keep as many customers in their homes as possible. We understand the urgency of our solutions.
After CNN's inquiries, Saxon, the company that holds Vidal's mortgage, determined she does not qualify for a permanent mortgage under the president's program. Still, they're offering her a mortgage on their own. They add they've launched a number of proactive initiatives to help other homeowners who are having difficulties with President Obama's mortgage program. Now, in testimony today, Treasury Secretary Geithner really tried to emphasize the positive that nearly 750,000 Americans have at least gotten the temporary new mortgages, and that's reduced their payments on average $550 a month. But still, they acknowledge there is a problem here. Treasury is ramping up pressure on the banks. They're even sending what they're calling SWAT teams in to visit the lenders to help both get these mortgages resolved more quickly. They're really trying to step up pressure on the banks.
They got to do something because these folks are hurting.
Got a long way to go.
All right, thanks very much, Jessica, for that. So what's in your wallet? Likely more money, at least on paper, if you're like many Americans. Household net worth is actually rising. Look at this. The Federal Reserve says Americans' net worth grew 5% to an estimated $53.4 trillion in the third quarter.